When we talk about payment reform, we're really talking about how we fund our broken healthcare system. This report talks about how we fix our broken healthcare system by getting at the root causes and the ultimate issue that we've not been talking about, and that is the health of the population. When you have 40% of our nation's children with a chronic disease, that portends for a very expensive future healthcare system. We can address it.
Well, President Trump's Make America Healthy Again Commission releasing its highly anticipated first report last week, which outlined a need for reform in the healthcare system with a big focus on childhood chronic disease. It blames factors including bad diets, chemical exposure, and unnecessary medications for causing serious chronic illnesses in children. For more on this, we want to bring in Dr. Devi. Doctor, great to see you. Thanks for coming on this Memorial Day. Just give us your initial thoughts, your first impressions on this very first MAHA report. What jumped out to you?
Well, my first impression was that it reinforces a lot of things that healthcare workers already say. I mean, we emphasize diet and exercise. It also does what we expected, that it expresses some skepticism about why are we doing things the way that we are. So, why do we have such a rise in the prescription of medications? And should we be doing more research on all of this?
Yeah, and when it comes to those prescription medications, the stats are just jaw-dropping. If we can pull them up right here from the MAHA report. When it comes to prescription medication in children, I mean, you got ADHD disorders up 250% since the year 2000. You got antidepressants up 1,400%, antipsychotics up 800%. Why are we seeing these numbers?
Yeah, so I think this raises a couple different things. First, we have an emphasis in our culture, not just for children, but also for adults, to turn to medications where sometimes the medications may be used as a bridge. Sometimes they are needed more long term. But what you really want is more studies and more information about how these things are affecting children. Are they saving lives? Are they putting them at risk for other problems? And one of the problems we have with children is that, parents generally don't volunteer their kids for research studies, which makes sense. But also researchers are hesitant to do research on kids because they don't want to be responsible necessarily for complications. There's a lot of extra costs and safety issues. But we really need that information because we don't know if all of these prescriptions are appropriate and whether they are setting up kids for other problems. So I'm glad that the report tackles that. And then when you talk about diet also, that's not just for kids, that affects adults as well. So it's really about balancing the harms of different things. You don't want to broadly say no to certain chemicals or pesticides, but look at them individually, like which ones are really protecting people from bacteria and fungus and parasites, protecting the food and the crops, and which ones are really setting kids and adults up for other medical problems.
And when it comes to just the overall general health of the nation, one of the things that always just makes my eyes open is you look at these old historical photos of the United States from decades ago, like past generations, like World War II generation, and Americans just seemed so much healthier, in shape. You barely saw any obesity, and that's obviously a complete different picture from what we're seeing today. What do you think's behind that? Is that just like all the ultra-processed foods and chemicals we have these days?
Well, so it's a complicated question. I mean, from times in the past, people tended to take photos when they looked better and stuff. So there is that, there is some bias in terms of what we're seeing. But on the other hand, you have life expectancy increasing significantly. So we've had major advances, and that is really due to a combination, I think, of, vaccines and extreme improvements in medical care, both pharmaceuticals, devices, access to care for more people. But on the other hand, as people live longer, they're developing more problems. Like we didn't see as much arthritis. We didn't have this nature of spinal disorders or chronic pain. So you're seeing more things come up as the life expectancy increases, and then the side effects of some of the things we've done to intervene.
Yep, and we will see what, if any, other MAHA reports come out in the coming months and years. Dr. Devi, great to see you. Thanks for coming on today.